General Motors releases a report this morning on the recall of millions of cars with faulty ignition switches. The automaker will explain why it took more than a decade to address defects that caused at least 13 deaths. Jeff Glor is in Warren, Michigan, a Detroit suburb outside the GM Tech Center. Jeff, good morning.
Nora, good morning to you. Here's what happens this morning. GM CEO Mary Barra will meet with employees first. Then she holds a press conference. Here's what we know so far. Two high-level General Motors executives left the company this spring. GM says those are not related to the delayed recalls, even though one of those executives was in charge of the investigation for a while. Two engineers have also been suspended. But many more people were included on emails talking about the issues with these switches, and sources inside the company tell us this morning more people will be fired today. We are waiting for those details. What other changes will happen? So far, GM has added extra product investigators. They've recalled more than 13 million cars this spring, an unprecedented clip. They've reorganized the engineering department. So the question is, what happens next? Will this report be objective? It was commissioned and paid for by General Motors. Tony Valukas, who's running it, used to represent GM. One of his current colleagues at a private law firm used to head GM's legal department when all this was going down. No matter what happens here today, it is not the end of the story. Congressional investigation continues. More congressional hearings will be scheduled. There's also a criminal probe from the Department of Justice and dozens of lawsuits from families. We are waiting here this morning. Nora?
All right, Jeff, we'll be watching. Thank you.